everyone. Welcome inside the Red Earth Production Studios for another edition of YBMcast. Today we are, Lauren, the bummer is I got Lauren in here today. My crack engineer, Justin, he's on his way to Hoover, Alabama with the Midland Bandits, doing some social media stuff and work down there. We're looking forward to seeing what's going on. But back to this, what's with all the rain? I know. So we got crushed here by the rain over the weekend, and so we don't have much to wrap up as far as tournament-wise. So we got some other things to talk about, some social shout-outs. There was still some tournaments in other places that we'll get to with our social shout-outs, and we got some fun stuff because, we got tryouts coming up, and I want to talk a little bit real quick about tryouts, we just did our segment. I did a segment with Mitch Thomas on YBMcast talking about how do we define AA, AAA major players, and I think we're going to continue that discussion. I think this is something hopefully, as parents, and I'm talking to parents here and I'm talking to players, being realistic with what kind of player you are and working to get better. Are you a AA player going in with the right expectation to a tryout? What are you trying to achieve? What's your goals? Does a 9-year-old know how to set goals? Probably not. But if you're 12, 13, 14, I think you should. If you have expectations about getting to another level, being that guy in high school, looking to play collegiately at whatever level, what are your goals? What are you setting yourself for? What is a AAA player? How do you measure yourself against top talent? And who do you want to play against? And I think, it's a fair assessment if you really want to be assessed by an impartial judge, right? If you're in that 12, 13, 14U range, I don't know if they go to 12. I know 13 because there's some kids. There's two 2026 kids playing at the Creekside Open with PBR Missouri. Kevin Mulder's over in Kansas City at Creekside Fields, whatever it is, Creekside Park, I think it is, yeah. And they've got a couple of kids that are 2026ers. That's 8th graders. That's 13U. So, and I think that maybe the kid's going into 14U. I think that's maybe where it is. So it's, it's right there. Go to a PBR event. Go somewhere where they will measure your your measurables. See where you stack up against other players. I don't think that's a bad thing. And how can we evaluate? But that doesn't that shouldn't be the parent then dictating to a club or a coach, hey, my kid scored these on these. No, it just gives you a baseline in order for you to grow. What can you set goals to? If I ran a 7.540, can I be at 7.3 or 7.4 or 7.2, getting closer to that 7 mark, below 7? What is my bat speed? What's my exit velocity? These are just measurables to help you kind of see what's happening around you. How do you get better? Are you getting better? And maybe not even measuring against other people, but measuring against yourself. Are you getting better? And I think these are things that might help us understand if I'm looking at these things and my child isn't quite where these other kids are, maybe he's not that AAA player or major player. He's in the AA, but still working to get better. These are things that I think as parents, I think as coaches, I think as clubs, I think as responsible adults need to really think about as we're moving through these tryout seasons. We don't switch clubs because my son never played. Well, maybe he just wasn't good enough to play at that level. That's possible. Are we going to be open and honest in these conversations? And that's what we talked about. So, that's enough of that. I'll shut up now. But I think it's a real conversation. I do. But we want to talk about some fun stuff. I was talking with Billy Mayhall. If folks don't know Billy, he runs the St. Louis Youth Sports Outreach, and he's got a deal coming up. We catching up on Facebook. He's doing a home run derby in August 21st, Saturday, August 21st. He's going to do a home run derby at ABC Ballpark on Livingston Avenue. It's free to the community, but it's kind of a fundraiser, a raffle for, a big screen TV and other free raffles. There's going to be a lot of fun. He's doing this with the police officers, supporting the police officers. It's going to be police against the St. Louis Youth Sports Outreach kids, local PDs. And I think this is so awesome. I really liked it when we were talking back and forth. I wanted to be involved. So YBM's going to be out there. We're still working on what we're going to do. Hopefully, maybe, and we're going to look at where we're at and what we can do. Do the event live. Show everybody out there hitting bombs and stuff. But Billy, thanks for doing this. It'll be fun in the community. Cops versus kids. Want to let everybody know Saturday, August 21st. We couldn't get Billy on today because just scheduling conflicts, but hope to have him on next Tuesday talking about this, and we'll hope to have more information and what's coming up, and we'll keep everybody informed. But mark your calendar right now. What is that called? Calendar what? What do you call those things when you mark your calendar? No, no, make an appointment. No. There was a saying that I think girls use, calendar blackout or something. Whatever. Put it on your calendar. It don't matter.
As long as you show up, we're going to have some fun.
Right. Saturday, August 21st, 6 p.m., ABC Ballpark, 10,500 Livingston Avenue. So, and it's free, man. Come out and have some fun. Support the local PD. I think it's a great opportunity. Again, like I said, we don't really have anything like that. So we're going to go right to the old social shout-outs. And we're going to start on our Facebook page here. I want to give a shout-out here, Missouri Redhawks yesterday. I believe this was Sunday. They finished second. 14U took second place. In Mississippi, this is what happens when you never give up. Proud of this team and the way they represented the Missouri Redhawks. Congrats to the 14U Missouri Redhawks. Second place finish there in Mississippi. Big ups there, guys. Good job. Southwest Stars, a Slava club. Slava's still there, man. 15U finishes up in Joplin with a 5-0 win, or 5-0 win. Took the championship there. It doesn't say, I don't think it says what event they were in, so not quite sure. But, hey, finished it up in Joplin with a 5-0 win. Good job down there, guys. Big shout-out to the Southwest Stars. I threw this in there because this is some family of mine. They live in Tennessee, and this was a memory, and it just popped in my head because, there's been we were down in Branson for a family wedding, and we were talking. There was a bunch of baseball teams down in Branson, pools filled with kids, and all that kind of stuff. Because they're down at Ballparks of America playing ball. There was a team from Texas and whatnot, and the coach told me, he says, we were scheduled to go to Cooperstown. But he said it was just so restrictive and just so tough with all what was New York was doing. Agree, disagree, it's not my point. He said it was just easier to come here. And that's so terrible because Cooperstown with the Hall of Fame, I was there in 2008. Jim Howe's baseball team, they invited me as an umpire and went up there, had a great time. And you look at the pics here from Cooperstown. This is my cousin's kids, Braden, and he's a very good ball player. That's his boys there. They were in Cooperstown. Braden's having a heck of a year with his team. He plays for the Exposure. Plays for Exposure 16U out of Tennessee there. Very good ball player. But just that memory there, with Cooperstown, is that going to come back? So that's just something I thought about, something to think about. And what we're doing, getting back to some normality here. But people are changing venues, and Cooperstown's one of those things, man. It's big, right? Yeah, so we'll see what happens. Let's move over to our Instagram. I want to say congratulations to Charlie Weber, who committed to Wolford Baseball out of the Gators Baseball Academy. Could not be more happy for Charlie Weber and his family. Congratulations to the Weber family. Congrats, young man, on your commitment. Good luck to you there. Was a right-handed pitcher out of Chaminade. Big ups to you there, buddy. Lots of success. Lots of success. Next on the list here, I'm giving a shout out here to over there to Creekside PBR Baseball. This is kind of cool. These are teams. Now you're talking about upper echelon stuff. You're talking about Nebraska prospects beating the 5-star National Midwest 6-2. This is the Super 17 champs. I mean, and when we're talking about levels, AA, AAA, major, we're talking about this. When you're talking about a major player, you're talking about a national level. These kids are usually looking at Division I, high Division I, Power 5, and lesser Division I schools. And I think that if we start looking at it that way, if you set yourself as a major player, are you that type of player? Being a AAA player is plenty good. A good, solid AA player. You could put. I mean, I've seen so many kids at the AA level that are really good baseball players. But being realistic about where you are in that, are you going to go to a good, solid Division A school or Division II school? Blah blah blah. Right. Great schools here, just in the state of Missouri. Central Missouri is there all the time. They're a really great program. If you're getting recruited by UCM, you're doing pretty well. I mean, I think there was a couple other ones. The one, I don't know if it's Southwest Missouri State. Well, not Southwest because that's Missouri State now, but even Missouri State, lesser division. Missouri Southern, I think it is. Missouri Southern. And then there's a couple other good Northwest. That's what we just talked about, UCM, Central Missouri. Good stuff there. Thank you, though, Lauren. But look at these. But congrats to those guys. I think it's when you understand that level, that's a big ups there. PBR. If you haven't gone to a PBR event, get into one. There's still some stuff left. There's go to prepbaseballreport.com. Check out PBR Missouri. Kevin Mulder does a great job. Big shout out. Follow PBR Missouri on Instagram at PBR Missouri. There you go. Now, this next picture on Instagram, you may think, what the heck is going on? But when we were at our winter workout tour with Recruits Baseball, Mike Ott, who is over there running Legacy Performance Academy, they were telling us, I mean, when we were there, it was snowing. There was snow on the ground. Everywhere was icy. It was cold. It was miserable outside. We had a good time inside, but he took me out a little bit and showed me where they were going to build a baseball field. Well, this was the turf being delivered for the baseball field that they're building out back there for that Legacy Performance Academy. I think that's huge. Big ups to Recruits Baseball, Legacy Performance Academy. Mike Ott, you guys, I got to get out there and check this out because this has been like at the end of May, so I got to get out there and check out the ball field. We got to bring the cameras out there. Yeah, it's got to be happening, right, Lauren? Yeah. I got Redbirds Baseball Club. Look at this. I love the little guys. 8U's. I don't know if you heard Lauren, but she said they're so cute. Congratulations, 8U squad, for their first place perfect league season. Love that. That's Chesterfield Baseball, league over there. Way to go, boys. And that's good. 12-0 in league. There's nothing wrong. Do some league baseball. Nothing wrong with league baseball. Love that stuff. Congrats to the Redbirds. 8U for that championship there. Got another Redbirds club here. Runner-up at the Premier Valley Tournament Wild Weeknights 12U event. So big ups on that runner-up finish to the Redbirds Baseball Club 12U. Nice job, guys. Next, we got Gators Baseball Academy. Congrats to our Illinois Gators 13U Yates team on a great weekend. Look at that there. Taking the AA Silver Division champions. Congrats to the Gators, Illinois Gators Baseball Academy. There's some really good teams over on that side coming around with that Gators group. Big ups to Gators Baseball Academy. They're doing a great job with these kids in development. Today, it's going on right here today. If you're wanting to follow something, at PBR Missouri, it's the Missouri-Kansas Summer Open over at Creekside Baseball Park. You can check that out. Follow along. If you're not following PBR Missouri, this is a great place to do. There's a lot of, there's some, like I said, there was some 2026 kids in there, 2025, a lot of 2022 still working to get themselves seen. This will give you an idea of how to look at what's being rated. Look at these things. Go to the site. Look at what's being projected from these kids and kind of see, what level is that? Where are they going to school? It gives you a better opportunity to see the people around you and have more of a realistic idea of where your son or daughter with softball, if you're playing, but your son is within the scope of knowing how and where are you going for training. And if you're going to a club, don't go to a club just because of the name. Go to the club because you like the fit, you like what they're doing. Talk to the director, talk to the coaches, talk to the instructors, because usually when you're dealing with clubs, you've got guys that are coaching these teams after from 14U on that are usually paid coaches. So you understand there's a financial commitment there. Are you on the same page? Do you think, and coaches need to be willing to talk to the parents and talk to them about their child. Are you on the same page? Are you looking for the same things? I think that the parents need to take a larger role in that type of thing and having those discussions. And again, like I said before, this Matheny Manifesto stuff that says parents are the problem is wrong. You're silent and you just go over there and sit down and shut up. No, it's your child. And coaches need to be respectful to that. That doesn't mean that the parent should overrule or do that. It's an understanding, aren't we the adults? Having the right conversations, being adults, and we should be on the same page trying to get that child to where he wants to go, right? That's the point. So if we're thinking about these things, this is where it is. But PBR is a great place to do these things and opportunities as we're moving into the tryout season, guys, because that's what we are. We're going to finish up over here with some Twitter. We haven't been on Twitter in a while. We really haven't. But there was some cool stuff out there on Twitter I thought was really fun, starting with, I think it was a couple weeks ago, I talked to Coach Perkins. Of course, him and Coach Donahue have been doing this for a while. They're out there at C&H Ballpark. You got the little guys running the four-corner action, grades 4 to 6. That's great. There's not too many people look at, Coach Perkins, Coach Donahue, they talk fundamentals. They work with these kids. I think that's awesome. These are great opportunities for your kids to go and learn from two of the best coaches around. Coach Perkins, Coach Donahue, they've been doing it a long time. Big shout out to Hal Baseball there. Next, I love this pick here. This is summer camp, elementary camp out at East. Love this pick of these little guys. I mean, out there with Coach Hill and Coach Lautzenheiser, learning about East High School baseball. Congrats to those guys. Looks like a lot of fun. Hope they had a lot of success. Coach said camp was a success there. Thank you to everyone. Here's a big thank you. Warrior Baseball had a great season. Again, a shout out to Nuru. Great season, district champions. Just celebrating together. I think that's great. Those kids have a lot to be proud of there. Big shout out to St. Charles Warriors Baseball. Here, Luke Abishon of the Midland Bandits. He also plays at Fort Zumwalt East High School. Was named, and here we're back to these things, level of baseball. This is perfect game MidSouth. He was player of the game for the 17U at the WWBA MidSouth Championship. Check out his post-game interview if you can. If you're following along with that, I'm not playing it here, but this was Tennessee at the Midland Bandits. Big shout out, Luke Aubuchon. Keep it up, young man. Love this one here. Most improved, Jack Weiss. Look at this. I love this one here. Most improved. He got the award most improved. He's working through camp. He improved, so he's paying attention to his coaches. You got to love a coachable kid. There's big ups right there. Elementary school, most improved, Jackson Weiss. Congrats on being most improved, Jackson. Good job, buddy. He does, doesn't he? He should be proud. Jack Roffles. I believe that's the way it's pronounced. He got the MVP, elementary school MVP. Big shout out to you, young man. Keep that work up. Don't, you got the most valuable player, but keep working hard. Always improving, always improving. Big shout out to Jack Roffles there. And then we finish up here. St. Charles Capitals, winning 6-0. Got the trophy. Big shout out there. I believe they were at it's a perfect game event. That's big ups. And now you've got the St. Charles Capitals. I got to get Mike Buda back on here and talk to him a little bit. They are merging with PBR Baseball Academy. So you got a merger there, and they just won that perfect game tournament there. That could be huge. Big ups to those guys. Mike, congrats on that merger there. Give me a call, buddy. We'll get you back on the show, talk a little baseball, see what's going on. I think with that, we covered everything, didn't we? There's our social shout-outs, guys. Thank you very much. We appreciate everybody who follows Youth Baseball Midwest. Although on Twitter, it's our Red Earth Productions account. We don't have a YBM account on Twitter. It's our Red Earth Productions account, which is okay, though. But Youth Baseball Midwest, right? Instagram at Youth Baseball Midwest. Facebook at Youth Baseball Midwest. On Twitter, we have at Red Earth Prod LLC. So you can follow us. We love that stuff. We'll follow you back. We'll see what's going on. Great stuff. Hopefully, now the rain's going to hold off a little bit. We got the Game 7 World Series coming up. We'll see what happens there. Hopefully, we'll be able to get that in there and do some stuff. We'll see what gives. But, folks, we hope you enjoyed our look here today's show. Our social shout-outs, don't forget about, we'll be back with Billy Mayhall, talk a little bit about that. Tryouts coming up. Keep us up to date on what's going on. Like, share, and comment. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that dinger, because that's what we do around here. We hit dingers. Everybody, have a great day in the Lord, and all you pitchers, keep throwing strikes, and you hitters, hit them where they aim. We'll see you next time.